Hey, everybody, welcome back for day 57 of 100 Days of Halloween. I hope you are well and enjoying your week. So, 100 Days of Halloween. What am I doing or what are we doing? Well, my lovely friend and Yarny's sister, Ranee, over at the Woolly Llama Shop, um, has had been discussing with several of us on a live that she was wanting to do a project for the 100 Days of Halloween. And her idea was a Halloween fall themed blanket. But because it is so hot in the South, she did not want to doing ongoing thing that was going to grow and grow and grow as you work on it and make you hotter and not want to work on it during this season until it cools off. But there are places that it doesn't really cool off. So her brilliant idea was to do it in small bite-sized pieces or 6-inch by 6-inch granny squares approximately. Um, I thought it was a brilliant idea. I had been wanting to do a Halloween themed blanket, just haven't had the time. And so I told her I would join in solidarity. Let's do this. And some other Yarny sisters have joined in, but they are not making blankets. They are making wearables and accessories. And that would be Nova over at Nova Gnome Creations. She is making wearables for herself and some littles in her life. And our Yarny sister and friend Patricia as well is making, she's already made, no, she has now made 3 projects. I totally forgot about the project she dropped yesterday. Um, so the idea is Rainey is very structured with how she had started this whole crochet along, if you want to call it that, or make along, because we're not all making blankets. Her idea was she went on the interwebs and she found every fallen Halloween square or applique themed piece that she possibly could find. And she is still finding more and adding to her list, but she does have well over 100. And she is drawing at random pretty much almost every day, except for when she works, a new applique or square, whatever kind of fall to Halloween themed, every day to provide you guys with a free pattern or tutorial. I, on the other hand, am not that structured. I am going on creativity and inspiration from either Rainy, Nova, Patricia, um, you guys, or things I find on the internet. And if I can't find a pattern or a tutorial, I am freehanding. And it turns out I have started to freehand a lot. And I do mean a lot. So I have been drawing at random, 1 square every day for the past up through today, 57 days. And if it doesn't already have a design element incorporated in it, I have been adding appliques or freehanding things to put on them. And we have actually already completed 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30, 31 through 40, 41 through 50, and currently working on 51 through 60. I decided I was going to do my blanket a little different, seeing as how we're doing 100 squares. I didn't want to go like connect 1, 2, 3, 4, and have all of these join seams where I have 50 million ends to weave in as I'm adding them into the blanket. My brilliant idea was to do it in a C2C fashion, and just as I have enough for a whole complete row, I do from bottom all the way to the top, and that way I continuously go to add them in, and I only have 2 ends to weave in at the end of that row, just the beginning and the very end, and it is working phenomenally. I am so over the moon with this blanket, not only with all of the squares and the inspiration it's bringing, the fun we're having, but the join is awesome. It is a slip stitch zigzag join that you can barely feel it. It's pretty flat. It doesn't bunch up your squares. And I'm just, um, because I chose to use this color way, this Red Heart Super Saver in the Jumbo Stripes Brights, because a lot of these colors are in my squares. So I'm using it to join my squares, and the color changes are just setting all these squares off. And if the plan works out, we will see when we get to that point. I plan on doing my trim out in this, but I also have another idea. And if it doesn't work, I may have to move to plan B as per colors to trim it out. But so far as the plan stands, this will also be my trim out on my blanket. I love this colorway. I think it is so, so pretty. Um, it can encompass a lot of holidays and just summertime fun and summerween, Halloween, and some fall. So yes, I'm loving it. And FYI, that last group of 10 we finished, 41 through 50, has now been added into the blanket. And I will be showing you an update today. So with that, let's look at days 51 through today. What squares? Do a little recap before we hit today's so you can see what we did on the random square we drew yesterday. So for day 51, you guys saw we had pulled out this tri-colored orange square. My uncle did not like it. He texted me immediately when he saw the video and said, no, 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 cover it up. I don't like it. He was telling me what he thought should go on it. He gave me a lot of inspiration in the conversation. And so we went with a gothic vibe to cover it up as best as we could. And we did this little casket and these little black, sparkly black rosettes. The only thing I freehanded was the vine and the leafy bits. Any patterns, appliques, um, things like that that are in a square, if there is a pattern written on somebody's blog or it is a tutorial, it will be in the description box under that day's square. So all the information for the casket and the rosettes will be under day 51. Day 52 square that was drawn randomly was this swirl square from the Sirdar Halloween blanket crochet along. I had been practicing because my kit didn't arrive until we were pretty much almost halfway through the blanket cowl. So it never got started, which is fine. We can do it later. And so I decided I was going to use these practice squares in my Halloween blanket because I think these swirls are so cool. And I used Halloween colors, of course. So there was that one, and we did not cover it up because I didn't want to miss out on the swirl. That's a lot of work. So then for day 53, we drew at random the hot pink fuchsia sparkly square. And you guys know I have been, because I am so infatuated with black kitties. Kitties anyway, but black kitties, 'cause I have two. So I've been throwing them in there every chance I get whenever I find a new black kitty pattern that I hadn't seen before. Some of them I've freehanded too for different things. And so I had found this one that was part of it's a free pattern on Ravelry for these kitties make a banner. So I just used the kitty part and there we go. So then for day 54's random square, we drew out the concentric circles granny square. And the information's in the description box where you can find this pattern online. And I started with the sparkly black, the orange, the green, the purple, and then started with the black, orange, green again. And I sat and looked at it, and it was kind of giving me like monster, ogre, and Sam from Memphis Makes even thought the same thing, ogre vibes. So I just left it alone because I didn't want to take away from the circles. So there was that. Plus, it's breaking up some of the busyness of the 50,000 appliques that are in this blanket. So there was day 54. And then for day 55, we drew out this dark brick red square, and I was immediately hit with the light bulb moment, inspiration. I knew what I wanted to put on it. Couldn't find a pattern online that was free. If there are any, I missed them. So I just freehanded my own vampire right here. And it was just a simple circle. some half double crochets for some ears, single crochets for the hairline, and these are extended doubles down the center. And I did give him Will teepee fangs. And this was like a rectangle. I just did a little bow tie where I wrapped the yarn in the center. And the only thing that I really had to work with was the cape part. And all this was a chain. I single crocheted across and then slip stitch down. And then as I went, I just kept adding like increases on the ends until I got it where I wanted it. And that was that. I may write up a pattern for this because it was not that hard. And I pretty much remember how I did this one. Some of the others I had to keep frogging until I got it the way I wanted it. That'll be a little tougher. But I really liked how he turned out. He was super cute. So then for day 56, which was yesterday's square, we had drawn out this neon pink. And I really wasn't sure what I was going to put on it. And I started going through my list of inspiration and your guys' suggestions. And I was looking in my little box because I have some appliques that I've made up. Some of them aren't totally finished, they're still works in progress. And I had this little skull applique, and it was just white. And I remember what I was going to put on it, but I didn't finish it because Nova had dropped her skull and crossbones applique. And I opted to use that one instead because it had just came out and I wanted to do her tutorial and tell you guys about it. So this one just went in the box in a little zippy baggie and was just waiting for me to add some more love to it. And so I turned it into a sugar skull by embellishing it with some embroidery and stuff like that. So I thought it would be a really good square to put that on because of the sugar skulls are always with bright, vibrant colors. So that was what we did with yesterday's square. And that brings us to today's. If you guys were here for yesterday's video, we had drawn a solid black square. And let's see what you guys said in your comments. Let me get to the comments. Okay, there we go. I think I'm in the right video. Am I? Yes. Okay. So you guys left comments, and let's see what you guys thought I was going to put on there. Patricia from Yarny Cat Crochet said, "Hi, Missy. I'm doing. Oh, wow, you are square Casso. Oh, instead of Picasso, I'm a square Casso. Oh, I love it. Thank you." Yay, Sam, you guessed it. Because Sam had guessed yesterday's right. Campfire with toasting marshmallows. I'm recycling an idea. I had thought about that one, but um some of the parts that I want to use to make that wouldn't be really showing that well on black. So it is still on my list. So don't give up hope. Lisa from Lisa Knits said, "Hi, Missy." Hi, Lisa. Ranee from the Woolly Llama Shop said, "Slimer." Oh, yes. Nova said, "Oh, gorgeous. I love the sugar skull. Today I'm going to guess an alien." That is still on my list too. Sam from Memphis Makes said, "LOL, can't believe I got it. I'm guessing alien or bright green monster." And Vima's Crochet said, "Hi, Missy dear. New here. Nice to meet you." Well, hi, Vima. I hope I said your name correctly. Good to see you. And thank you for joining in with us. We look forward to getting to know you. Say hi, guys, to our new crochet friend, Vima. So, nobody got it. I kind of was working off of one of the appliques that I had been working on that had got thrown in the box because I got inspired by other things. And because it was such a dark square with it being solid black, I decided I was going to put something on it that was going to pop. And so I did. This is one of the ghosties from the trick-or-treating ghosty friends. If you guys remember, we did, I think it was Franken Ghosty, and that was several weeks ago, I believe. And it was a whole set of like 4 or 5. Um, Originally, the little ghosty is just holding one little pumpkin, but I decided to make more pumpkins, and so it's pumpkin patch ghosty. Because if you're trick or treating, you got to go to the pumpkin patch and have fun because they usually have all kinds of fun games and festivities. So there we go. I did a pumpkin patch ghosty. I really wanted to use another ghosty, and I think it's cute. I just did all the pumpkins in different colors. And yeah, so we got another one of the trick or treating ghosty friends on here. So that was day 57, today's square. And should we draw out another square for tomorrow first? Or should I show you the update on the blanket? I think we're going to show you the update on the blanket because I'm so excited to show you guys. Um, I am so loving how this is turning out. I cannot thank Ranee enough for coming up with this idea and just throwing it on us at the last minute. And we all knew that even though it was like going to happen really fast, it was doable. And I am just over the moon with how much fun I am having. I don't know if you guys can tell at all, right? So, last time I showed the blanket for the update, and I'm going to have to scoot back because she is, yes, the blanket has been fed again. The kitties were happy. I think last time I showed it, because I'm doing it in a C2C fashion, I had 8 squares going up and 8 squares going across. We now have 9 up and down and 9 across. And you guys, one more row, we will hit the 10 mark, and from there we will be on the decrease. I cannot believe how fast this is going. So let's start with the top. We've got our little hair bow ghosty up here. There's row 2 with the swirly kitty, the mummy. Row 3 is the pumpkin, 0 at the haunted house. Row 4, we've got Jack Skellington and his pumpkin queen. And then we've got the spell gone wrong square that I still love so much. It's up there with all my kitties. And then we've got one of those Sirdar spirals. And then we've got one of the Red Heart Super Saver and Neons with a poison bottle. Nova's Skull and Crossbones applique. There's our Franken Ghosty from the Trick or Treat Friends and our mushrooms. And then on the next one, we've got a sparkly bat. We've got a spider. And we've got one of the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Stripes in brights because I didn't want to cover it up. It was too pretty. And then we've got our crescent moon, our fall leaves, another sparkly bat. And then on this row, we've got a square spiral, a Sirdar spiral. Yeah, we were drawing some spirals. We've got a spider web, our pumpkin, our witch's cauldron. We've got another black cat that was just embroidered on there with the eyes. We've got our poison apple, and we've got a red heart super saver in neons. And then for the next row, we've got our Frankenstein. We've got our owl with a full moon. We've got our black kitty on a sunset, our little gnome witchy, our little Halloween treat candies, our scarecrow girl, our pumpkin spice, and our black kitty riding a broom in front of the moon. And then sorry for all the bouncing, guys. On this row, we've got the original square we started with, which was our first one, our witch's hat. And then we've got this little ghosty right here. We've got that little skull. We've got another kind of pumpkin, and we've kind of got a shortage of pumpkins, guys. We may need to start throwing some pumpkin stuff in there. We've got a big old candy corn. We've got our other black kitty on a branch in front of the full moon. And we've got a Sirdar square, swirl square again, and then another one of the brights, but in darker colors, and our crystal ball. So let me hold it up and show you guys where we are. And we're going to have to kind of adjust as we go. It is growing. Look at there. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is so awesome. Let me scoot up here. Set that to the side. Otherwise, I'm gonna and like I said, I am using, for those of you who are new here, because Vima said she is new, we are doing that zigzag slip stitch join and just letting the colors flow whenever we do them. And I think this is turning out so cool, guys. I cannot wait. I mean, I don't want it to end because I'm enjoying the process and everything, but I can't wait to use it when we are all done, because I think this is just awesome. And I about ate my blanket. So that's our update. One more row and we are on the decrease. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I cannot believe we have made it this far, this fast, honestly. Let's see. Nope, we can't fold it out without it. Look at the hot mess. It's a hot mess express. Let's set that right there. So, guys, that leaves us with picking our random square for tomorrow. So, let's shake up and stir around the boo box of fate. And let's see if we can draw out a square of a color we haven't used in a while. Here lately, we've been drawing a lot of ones that are just like ones we just did. So, oh, we've got orange. Okay. So we've got orange. Didn't we just? No, we've got orange. At least it's solid orange, so I don't think my uncle, it's that bright. I think this is the Big Twist bright orange or varsity orange that's almost a neon. So I don't think my uncle's going to have a problem with this one. I personally love orange and I love purple and I love aqua, I love all the bright colors. So yeah, what do you guys think? And it obviously it will not be pumpkins because we won't be able to see them hardly at all. So yeah, what do you guys think should go on here? So go ahead and put your idea, your guess, your suggestions in this comment section, and we will see tomorrow if anybody was close and got it. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure yet. We're gonna have to see. So yes, with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you bunches, and we will talk tomorrow. Bye for now.